So here is Chicago. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he drives in. It's rebounded by George. They push it up 4-on-3. Off target from outside. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And part of what makes Wembanyama so dangerous, a big guy who can push the pace.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, you got to.
And rejected. Back to George. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Chicago with a rebound.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
George, good.
Guys, it's ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Again, the miss by Baltimore. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot. He has so much gravity to his game.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay for the line.
Going inside.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Spins. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Launches a three. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he made that shot.
And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will continue.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum-rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it back. Left side O'Neal. Fires from deep. And he buries his first look.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. George with it. O'Neal covers. Here's Duncan. It's rebounded by
Oh, there's no way.
And Baltimore has possession. They trail by 7. Kicks it to George. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Now here's George. Tipped. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. Pass to Duncan. Shoots over Embiid. Embiid knocks it loose.
Love to see Embiid swatting down shots, taking advantage of his size and frame.
Outside Wembanyama. This one for 3. Nails it from 3. Wembanyama's got 9.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense,
Ah,
and
that's
the
on me.
opposition has not been able to
Come on, please.
respond.
Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. Kicks it to George. Drops one in from the wing.
With how good PG-13's jumper is, that is an easy make.
Screen by Embiid. And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball. And so here is Chicago. Pass to George. Back to Wembanyama. Nice move. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. He's got 11.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Got it off in time. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Chicago ahead. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for Chicago?
So far, they've shown a terrific work ethic in transition, pushing the pace whenever possible and getting out ahead of the defense to score.
Yeah, and also a great job hustling on turnovers and turning them into points. Defense creating offense so far in this one.
Booker with it. Picked up by Embiid. Pass to Reed. The three is up. The rebound by Embiid.
How bad Rose?
And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, me. I spent a lot of time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us and the U.S. men's national team. Man, the defender really went after him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Both shots good from the strike.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
To the wing, right side. Back to Booker. Pass to Pippen. There's a slam! Dunk to finish it off.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. Now here's Reed. Back to Beasley. Outside Booker. Up top Beasley. No points so far. 4 on the clock. Duncan. And the baseline jumper goes down.
And just not letting up at all. I have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's gonna put his foot on the pedal.
Back to George. Outside Booker. Pass to Reed. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker. Reed's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're gonna do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And there's the foul. It's on Joel Embiid. That'll be a second foul of the game. So both teams changing it up here. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That's his first foul. Beasley outside. It's Booker on the wing.
Yo, bro.
George with a steal.
That's not how it's supposed to be done.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. To the paint.
Yeah, I'll take it.
He's and he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Just a selfless play by Giannis. He knows all eyes are on him, so he dishes to a ready shooter.
Here's Weber. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Blocked. Here's George. Pass to Duncan. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
Come on, man. If SGA is hitting that, it's good night.
And Booker gets double teamed. Down low. Pass to Weber. Here's the three. Sinks the tray. Weber's got his first 3 points of the game.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA, and we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed him.
Here's George. Booker with it. Guarded by Antetokounmpo. Here's Weber. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Nice pass. Such a unique technique. Is that time Booker showing us his vision?
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Here's Weber. And it's Baltimore
Oh.
with the rebound.
I was super late, but we didn't get by here, boys.
Outside O'Neal. It'll count. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so we wrap up the first half. Chicago ahead, up by 15. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. And here's Baltimore now. 15-point game. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Antetokounmpo. The rebound by Duncan. 3-on-3. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value, and nice to see him delivering.
Now Antetokounmpo.
Oh, that's on
From the
me.
arc.
That's on me.
What a make! Giannis for 3.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Back to Wembanyama. Over to the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Giannis Antetokounmpo
Oh.
grabs the board. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And they're running. Beasley for 3. Sends it home from 3-point land.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a 3 like that, but now it's a great decision and it paid off.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. George defending. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Timeout. An example of the unique leadership of Gilgeous-Alexander, getting the 3 points right back for them.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, a defense has to be very aware of Gilgeous-Alexander's attack mindset. He wants to get to the rim and do maximum damage.
Pass to Booker.
No.
Oh yeah!
Yeah,
Booker
that is
diving
what it
long
is.
distance.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
An MVP in this league, Richard. Joel Embiid. Is there any way to slow this guy down?
The answer? No, B.A. There is no way to slow him down. He's got the unique ability of size, skill,
Good play.
athleticism. You name it, he's got
Great
it.
play.
1:43 left to play in the third. Here's Thompson. And the
Oh.
bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play.
Nice job hitting the glass from Thompson, proving once again he's a total team player.
And there's 1:38 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. And there's a pick. Pass to Weber. Wembanyama with it. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Counted from distance. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7.
Outside, inside, in between, doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
And here's Smith. Thompson outside. Oh, and Clay makes that three look so easy.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Beasley outside. Here's Wembanyama. Shot clock at 5. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And it's going to go on Devin Booker.
It's such a difficult frame to guard. Wembanyama draws the foul easily.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And both free throws good for Wembanyama.
Honestly, we have never seen someone like Victor Wembanyama, a skilled 7.5-footer. I mean, the way he moves, it's unreal.
Booker can't get it to go.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Thompson's shot is off. Ooh, stolen by Smith. And here comes the break. Over Wembanyama. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. Ooh, Thompson with the block. And so it's Chicago, up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Outside Booker. There's the block. They recover it from deep, and they recover it. Oh, LeBron hammers it home.
Look, LeBron James is just dominant in every aspect of the game. Look, he just bodies people and able to get a second look.
On the wing, Thompson. Booker with the defensive effort. Chicago leading by 16. Oh, they get a hand on it. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And it's Baltimore with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Ooh, Booker finishing in the open court.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
Wembanyama's shot is good.
Wembanyama quickly with one of his own, firing right back.
D-Book, a big-time answer.
And that's on the defense there. Gotta know the scouting report and understand that he loves his shot.
Outside for Booker. The three ball. Wembanyama,
Ooh.
no good.
Really fast. We'll take it down.
And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for Baltimore. Trailing by 13. Smith with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. Thompson.
That was on me.
This is something that Clay works on all the time, even though he is already elite at
I
it.
am
He
better.
readies himself to fire once he catches that ball.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. So both teams making some changes here. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. He applauded their shooting and their shot selection, saying, "We're taking the right threes, not forcing anything. Keep doing that, and they'll continue to fall." Makes the game easy, doesn't it?
Thank you for that, Allie. 4-3. Now George. Pass to Booker. Just 5 on the clock. Now George. Second chance shot. And he gets it to go off the front iron. And Chicago leads by 12.
Yeah, muscling his way for the bucket. George doing what he does best.
Antetokounmpo with it. James with a steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's George. And it's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Pass to Edey. Takes the three.
I was trying to do too
And
much.
it's Baltimore
I was trying to do too much.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch
Gotta calm
by
down.
George.
Every time we finish,
If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Tip. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. A minute 20 left to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Weber. Count it. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Chicago.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflection.
They've also been showing a standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
Poke loose.
Hello.
O'Neal with it. Picked up by James. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his first foul. 59 seconds left in the final quarter. Gilgeous Alexander from outside. Pass to Edey. Takes a three. Again the miss by Baltimore.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Kicks it to George. James outside. From behind the arc. He drops it from range. And Chicago leads by 14.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
Pass to Booker.
Okay, Bookie!
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Good play. That's fine.
George for three. Can't connect. And so Chicago takes the win. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready and they were focused.
Focused indeed. I mean, it takes a strong mental approach to block out the distractions. These guys stepped up 100%.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.